Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for VH1's Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition Season 2, Episode 7, called Pride and Prejudice and Bugatti, Bugate, I don't know. But we're pretty much picking up where we left off last week with Cisco and Safari's ass going back and forth. Safari calling Cisco stupid. Cisco saying he could hurt him. I'll hurt you and stuff. Nothing done happen. Okay, everything dissipated as quickly as it with whatever the word is for the opposite of dissipated. But Peter checks in with Cisco, says like, yeah, you did it at the wrong time. He's going through a lot, especially today. This is not at the right time. Who's talking to Safari? Booby and Stevie's talking to Safari, saying, he's not in the right headspace and whatnot. Erica's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna leave, all this going on. She don't got time for that. So party's over. Okay. And Peter offers to walk Tara home or to her room. Tara's like, no. And then I'm just like, yeah, you just saying no for the cameras, but probably if it was behind closed doors, if nobody was around watching, you probably would have said, yes, daddy, come walk me to my room. Maybe you could stay in. It's kind of cold outside. Why don't you come in? But anywho, we move on to the next scene. Some fellas are playing b-ball. I don't know if Jonathan was there, but definitely I believe Bobby and Zell were there for sure in damn robes. And I'm like, we playing b-balls in robes? Is this a new mechanism to lose weight or something, to make you sweat more? I don't know. Well, okay. Anywho, moving on. Stevie and Mimi, they taking a walk. And I guess Stevie was telling me that he's seen a lot of himself in Safari the night prior and all the shenanigans that Safari got going on. And Mimi was like, oh, really? Like, I feel like Mimi is just at the point where she's like, I don't have time to do this entertainment for drama, like do the drama for entertainment purposes. Like, I don't have time for that. She's like in her Zen mode. And she's not... Listen, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta seasons 1 through maybe 5, 6, 7... That was the old Mimi. She's on her new thing, her new ish. She's all about peace. So she's just entertaining it, I guess, just to have a conversation with Stevie. But she really ain't here for it, because Stevie then starts making some promises, and she's just like, she ain't trying to hear none of that. That's all I took from that conversation, from that scene. She ain't trying to say, she ain't trying to hear none of what Stevie J got to say. She's just doing the scene just for the TV show. So we move on. Now, Creep Squad, excluding Peter, are taking a run, a walk, whatever it is. Rich making jokes to Cisco about the night prior. Safari was about to beat his ass and shit. And Cisco still trying to explain his case. It's like, Cisco ain't no case to explain. It's like a year later. Nigga, get over it. Safari already told you what the issue was with that you should have just left it at that. The fact that you still harboring over it all these months later, like, shut up. Just shut up. Because he want to say, my aunt is responsible for Safari's career. She made Safari. And I'm like, I don't care if your aunt birthed Safari. I don't give a fladoodle cake, okay? Get over it. It is what it is. He didn't show up to the party. I'm pretty sure the people at the party don't even care no more. They probably wanted him to be there. He wasn't there. So you know what? They moved on with their lives, just like you should move on with your life, Cisco. Let it go. Move on. My gosh. So Rich done tell him, like, you don't even need to be worried about that right now. You just need to be worrying about getting it right with Sin before we leave this reunion. So I guess that's what he's going to try to do. So we move on to Safari, Peter, and Marcus. They're working out at the gym. Marcus told Safari, listen, I'm going to give you some, what he said, some love laws, and then you're going to give me some gym laws. So Safari was down with it. And pretty much Marcus was trying to get Safari to tell the truth. But Safari kept trying to deny it. But yeah, in the confession, I want to talk about, me and my wife, me and Erica, we getting a divorce. We're in the middle of getting divorced. So I can go where I want to go and I can see who I want to see. I'm like, so you're saying this in the confessional, but yet you saying something else in front of Marcus's face and Peter's face for that matter. I think Peter want to say something about his issues with Amina and Tara, and pretty much Margaret just had to tell them both, like, listen, you got to be accountable, hold yourself accountable for your actions. For the other person, for that other person to get their healing. So it might not even be for you. It may be just for the person to get their proper healing by you just being accountable for your actions and admitting to your faults. So then I guess that's when Safari want to say in the confessional, there's just a certain way that Marcus just be talking that just has you, thinking. So then that's when he comes and finally tells us in the world that, he was talking to the chick and whatever. He sent her flowers and whatever. And, that's that. And I'm just like, we already knew that, Safari. You didn't have to admit it because we already knew it. But I guess thanks for actually coming and admitting it instead of continuously denying something that we all knew was to be true. But kudos for you for admitting it, Safari. I guess that's a step in the right direction. Anywho, we move on to Sin. Uh Sitting somewhere, patio, something, I don't know. Jonathan comes up to her, then I guess they had something set up for Cisco. So Cisco comes to walk out, sits down so they could sit down and talk. And Cisco just immediately, he know what he done did. So he apologizes for what done happened like 5-6 years ago. But let it, say this to Cisco, he gonna say, no, it was 5 years. He knows the exact amount of years. He probably knows the same date and what day of the week it was, all that. So anywho, he apologizes to her, whatever, first for the other night. And tries to disagree, saying that he wasn't trying to steal the song from her. And Sin tried to plead her case, explaining like that was for her brother, who unfortunately committed suicide. And, that was a very special song that she was doing. So she cries and whatnot. And, Cisco, what are you done said? Listen, Cisco, I feel like he just tries to always make himself look as the good guy and that he's not the bad guy, even though he is the bad guy. So he tried to say something confessional, and even to her, that he wasn't trying to do her wrong and whatnot. And, he just needed invoices paid. And she's like, okay, but if I were to give you pussy, then I wouldn't have to worry about the invoice. And he's like, no, that's not the case. And, he's trying to deny it. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial from dramatic effect. And Cisco saying, listen, I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to do this or that. So I transferred the song over to you yesterday. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So he's like, he transferred the record over to her yesterday. Since talking about she don't want the record no more. And he was like, well, it's yours, it's your credit. And she's like, she doesn't want it because of what's attached to it now, because of all that done happened over this damn song. She's like, I don't even want it no more. But I think she just wanted an apology from him because of what he done did 5 years ago. It hurt her. So she continues to cry. No shade to her crying. Listen, you gotta let it out, Sin, let it out. But did she continue to cry? Oh, I just read the wrong paragraph. I'm so sorry, guys. Anywho, it doesn't matter. He gave it to her. She don't want it. And now Cisco want to talk in the confessional. He wants to say, listen, Sin was the one who was trying to talk to me first. She was the one hitting me up. Asking me to go out to do this and that. And I'm just like, is that, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you reading these? Really? She was trying to holler at you, Cisco. Not you trying to holler at her, because that will make no sense, because you wanted to pursue something with her and she was already seeing someone else. So if she was trying to pursue you, Cisco, you guys would probably have been together. And she wouldn't have let you down when you try to pursue things further. And she'd probably still have a song. Yeah, Cisco, I don't know. Like, you try to make fetch happen and it's not happening. But whatever. So I guess they make up at the end of the day. He apologizes for all that shenanigans and whatnot. They make up. Jonathan tells him to hug and whatnot. They get up, they hug. Jonathan standing in the background looking like a proud parent that they done hugged, that he got his two kids to work out their issues and whatnot, their family feud, and everything is good. Now, we move on. Jonathan is his event. I feel like he already done had like two events, but I guess it's his event again. And he's doing a gay pride luncheon to promote the stop against gay conversion therapy. And as Amina said, I didn't realize we were still doing this. I've heard about it in the past that it was something that people they used to do, but I didn't realize it was something that was still going on in more than half the states. And I'm from Florida. Why do I feel like Florida is one of those states? Florida got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But anywho, so Jonathan makes a speech. Everybody comes together. I think there was food there. I don't know. I'll be trying to look for the food. The food be looking good sometimes. Sometimes it don't. But I don't even think there was food. And if there was, it must have not been as good enough for me to comment on, even though I'm commenting on it. But anywho, he makes a speech and explains his story. And obviously people are putting their little ad-libs throughout his speech. Peter's telling him, he could be who he wants to be. Zell's looking like he's opposing everything that Jonathan is saying. And then Amina brings up that, okay, Peter, your son wanted to be a ladybug for Halloween, but you wouldn't let him. So then that's when it starts this whole mess and drama. Peter and Amina go back and forth a little bit. And before that situation started to happen, Jonathan brought a special guest. I'm sorry I forgot the guy's name. But pretty much when they started going back and forth, Peter and Amina, Jonathan done told the guest, listen, thank you for coming. Because Jonathan already knew what was up. Jonathan already knew some sheesh was about to go down. So he was just like, listen, thank you for coming. See you there's the exit door right there. Thank you, but this is not the place for you. I know you all about. There's the door. The exit's right there. No shade. The exit's right there. So the guy done left. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Goes back from commercial from dramatic effect, and Jonathan explained that he sees both sides. And so I don't know I don't know who said it, but someone said, that makes Peter not a good dad. I don't know. Everybody was talking so much, and this person was talking over that person. I didn't know what note to take because everybody was talking at the same damn time, and I tried to go back and forth, keep rewinding it and going forward to see who said what. It's chaos. It was chaos. So all I put here was Zelda said that makes Peter a great dad, and I'm just like, you sure? You think so? I'm not trying to hear nothing you're trying to say. But all right, if that's what you think, Zell. For me, I just feel like he wants to be a ladybug. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This may be ignorant of me to say. Ladybugs are only females, right? I want to. Should I Google? No, I'm not gonna Google it. I'll Google it afterwards. And if it is, I feel like it is. I feel like I had to do a report or project on ladybugs in elementary school sometime way back then and all that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I brought it up. I don't even know why I asked the question. It don't matter. At the end of the day, the son wanted to be a ladybug. Peter, I guess, didn't want him to be. Tara explains the reasoning later on, but if I had a son, he wanted to be a ladybug for Halloween, would I oppose it? I don't think so. I think I'll just be like, okay, are you sure you want to be a ladybug? Give me all the things you want to be, and I'll see what I could do for you. But that's not my child. That's not for me to say what someone should do with their own child. So everybody's getting chaos. Now, Bobby goes off on a tangent. He's passionate about this shit. So he's like, if the son want to be a ladybug, then let him be. You know how Bobby is so theatrical with his body language when he be talking. So Zell said something. Bobby was like, Zell, you're gay, but you're gay though. So then they go back and forth. They get in all of each other's faces and whatnot. And oh my goodness, I'm just like, y'all ain't gonna fight because security right there. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. But they go face to face. Zell said he was raised to be a man. I'm just like, Zell, bro, like, define what raised to be a man means to you. What does that mean? Because I feel like what you think being raised to be a man is different from what an actual raised to be a man is. But like I said, I'm not trying to hear nothing he got to say. So, like I said, they going back and forth, and the security breaks it up. I guess the crew breaks it up. Bobby want to take off his mic, and he's done with this conversation and walks away. And everybody's just talking about, what they think their opinion is. And everyone, not everyone, but quite a few people think it's Amina's fault that she shouldn't have said nothing. Booby said that. So I think Safari said that. And Erica is sitting with Tara and Amina. And Erica's telling Amina, listen, you shouldn't have said that. This was not the place or the time to say that. So I guess Amina feeling some type of way. Listen, I do not watch Love and Hip Hop New York, but the way Tara was talking, in distress, the cry yell that she was doing, I didn't do it. I was like, is this really how you cry? I'm like, girl, this you doing too much. Okay, calm down. Woosah. Relax. It's going to be okay, Amina. You didn't. Whoa. Wow. Is that for the people who watch Love and Hip Hop New York? Is that how she be for real? I'm clutching my pearls because I'm just okay. But Yaya then I don't know what made Yaya want to come and try to explain something when she already chirping and yelling, crying like a hyena already. But Yaya want to come over to her, and Amina she continues the theatrical of all of it, and she gets up and walks away. Goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, and after she done walked away, Erica's talking to Rich. I think Booby was there and just explaining like her opinion. Everybody's saying what they think and whatnot. And here we go, Tara sitting with Jonathan. I think someone else was sitting with them. I don't remember who. It was just too much for me I couldn't know what to look and write down. So I'm just gonna go based off what happened in my head, what I picked up on, because everybody was talking too much and I couldn't, it was too much. But anywho, Tara explained, listen, he said he wanted to be a ladybug, but when we actually got to the costume store, I guess he wanted to be something else. Whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter because Peter is obsessed saying, listen, he's not no homo. Jonathan can attest to that. And Tara explained the reasoning. So I guess Amina's seen that as Tara defending Peter or whatnot. Listen, at the end of the day, Tara and Peter, that's your kid. You're going to do whatever you want. But I don't think if their son ever came saying I want to be gay, they're going to be opposed to it. I don't think that. But at the end of the day, listen, it's y'all kids, y'all do what y'all want to do. All this got blown up for the drama of it all. For Love and Hip Hop, okay, drama. But I'm just like, it didn't have to be all this. It really didn't have to be all this. But it is what it is. So Zell done pulled Jonathan to the side and, to talk about everything that been happening. And Jonathan explains that his grandmother passed away 6 months ago, like 6 months to that date. So, of course, Zell apologizes for that. And Jonathan, I am sorry for your loss. And, of course, that gets Zell crying, Jonathan crying. Pretty much at the end of the day, they make up. Okay, they hug it out, make up. Jonathan sees something on Zell's shoulder, whatever. They joke about it. That's cool, I guess. Then we move on to Bobby sitting out venting to Sin, because I guess Sin went to go check up on him. Bobby crying and stuff. Zell walked over to Bobby, said he want to talk to Bobby, hugs Bobby, and just said, calls Bobby his sissy poo. Oh, no, sorry, sissy pop. And I'm just like, okay. So then I guess Jonathan comes over and they all talk and hash it out. And Bobby explains that, just because he didn't go through the conversion therapy, he did have, opposition with the church. And I'm just like, unfortunately, that's a lot of people's stories. And I don't condone none of that. I'm a Christian myself. I'm a Baptist. I'm going to ride for my God all day, every day. However, the way people be acting in the church, I'm just like, y'all want to cast a stone on a sin when there's so much that be going on in the church. So much adultery that be going on in the church. And I'm sorry, but the God I serve, there is no sin, no greater, no less. Sin is sin at the end of the day. So the fact that some people are going to be going against the gays, but they be doing a sin on a daily basis inside the church, performing sinful acts in the church, I'm not with that. So listen, Bobby, I understand. I'm sorry that's happened to you, but not all Christians are like, I'm not one of those Christians. I'm really not. So he explains his thing. At the end of the day, they all hash it out. They all hug. They do a big group hug, kissing each other's cheeks and whatnot. And that's where the episode ends. And I'm just like, so more than half of this episode was at this luncheon. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next week, Peter, Amina, Tara, they gonna get into it. Cisco and Safari gonna get into it again. I'm like, we still on this situation, Cisco? Please. Cisco, I want you to leave the reunion early. I don't need you here anymore. But no, you're gonna still be here. And then who else gonna show up? Paris. That's gonna show up. And I'm just like, Paris, weren't you a part of the family reunion last season? Those people on last season reunion is not on this season. Why are you here? Why'd you come here? Of course they'll have it because they the best of friends and shit. But I'm just like, you was already here last season. You don't need to be here this season. But then it is what it is. I don't hate the girl. I'm just like, you was already here last season. Why are you here this season? But okay, whatever. That's it. We're gonna see what happens next week. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the watch. Let me know what you think. See you next week, guys. Bye.